this is such a bad thing to say, especially on this episode, but when I first moved here, there was a drought. And it was kind of awesome. It was sunny and dry every day for like 8-9 months.
Yeah. That's the thing. I feel like that there's a drought every time that I move to a place. Like there was a drought when we moved to Georgia. A drought started, and then I moved to California, and they were like, "Oh, drought!" Like it's been in drought for I think like I don't know at least 6 years. I think it's been in a drought for 6 years. I've been hearing people talk about drought for 6 years. What I'm saying is that the universe hates me.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's about right.
You kind of brought this on yourself, Nick.
All of this is really all my fault. Which is why I feel like that if there's anything that I could do now in order to do some good, to maybe change my karma a little bit, maybe change my my situation a little bit by doing good, maybe the universe will smile upon me and not make me miserable with cold, rainy weather. I think that the best way to do that is maybe through all of my cereal habits.
Wait. Eating cereal is going to make the weather better?
Yeah, follow me on this. Okay. So say that you there's a way for us to eat cereal and to do good by eating cereal. Like put some of that good vibe out there, some of that good energy out into the world, and maybe the universe smiles upon you and it's like, you know what, maybe this guy isn't so bad after all.
So you're saying by eating cereal,
yes,
we can contribute to charity.
That's what I think. That's possible, and I'm pretty sure that, you know, with our powers combined, that we can do this.
So you're saying we should put our money where our mouth is. This is Paul.
And this is Nick.
And this is cereal.
You're such a sack of garbage. Cereal! Cereal!
So, Nick, do you actively volunteer or donate or anything like that? Sort of just in your personal time?
I do, yeah, I do. When I'm able to donate time or money, I do that.
Now, you are aren't you a volunteer for like the downtown Los Angeles Historical Preservation Society?
Yeah, I donate money for that. I donate money to the Downtown Women's Shelter, and I am signed up to volunteer for Humanity, which is like an IT thing where they strip out computers, or like they take donated computers and then you fix them up, make them better, and then they give them to low-income families.
Oh, cool. Now, is that spelled Human IT?
Yes.
Oh my God, that is awesome. That's good stuff. That is good.
I knew you'd appreciate that. I knew that you'd really like that. Like I said, I'm signed up for that, but like for some reason they have their hours from 9 to 6 during the weekdays, which is like exactly the time where I can't do any of the volunteer work. So I'm waiting for a shift to happen on the weekends so that I can actually work the shift.
Oh, cool. We are avid campers. So we are always, for the last, I think 4 or 5 years, we're members of the Georgia State Parks
right on.
Group, I guess. We donate to that. We buy expensive parking pass that we never make a return on, so I feel good about that. We got the Super Cereal Drive, which we're going to be doing quarterly now, so food donation. And then, this, I feel like this counts, but it may not, but like every time the neighborhood kids are selling stuff for their school, I buy something, even if I don't really want, and I really don't want anything that they have, but I'm like, all right, like a box of frozen cookie dough for $28. All right, sign me up. Sounds good. Or like Girl Scout cookies. I feel like Girl Scout cookie quality has gone down in the last 5 to 10 years, but I buy 3-4 boxes.
Hot take.
Yeah,
hot take.
I buy 3 to 4 boxes every year, just because they're just kids. They're just trying to go to sleepaway camp so they can learn how to make those fortune teller triangle things and popsicle stick yarn. Yeah, popsicle stick yarn ornaments.
Row a boat. I don't know. Whatever they do at sleepaway camp.
So I try to do that kind of stuff. And
so now that we're done patting ourselves in the back.
Maybe you are.
I was surprised by how many ways, though. Like, we like we said, like we were talking about, we both like to give to the community, find ways to give to the community. But I was surprised by how many ways that you can give to the community via cereal.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. We found 4 companies that really have a strong, proactive charity program going. I want to say that every single cereal company that we research has done some great charity in the past, but these 4 are companies that have an ongoing thing regardless of environmental disasters or unique situations, stuff like that. The biggest one I think everybody is familiar with is the Box Tops for Education.
How long has that been going on? I feel like that's been going on my whole life.
Yeah, it's been going on forever. Basically, it was started by General Mills in 1996, and it's on just about every single General Mills product. So not just cereals, but snack bars, all their subsidiaries that they have purchased. A lot of them have Box Tops for Education. For your cereal brands, it's going to be on all your Big G cereals, Annie's, Cascadian Farm, Nature Valley. So all the General Mills cereal brands have Box Tops on them. There's actually a woman at our office that her daughter is active in Box Tops, so she's like peeling the tops off of all the office snack food as it comes through. So you peel off these Box Tops, and it's not as easy as you would think. So the fact that a lot of schools participate in this, I think it's pretty amazing that it's been able to take off. And again, it does require a little bit of work from the school. So that's why not all schools in the US participate.
So what's the process for that? Like, they have to have somebody that's at the school that is just has a repository for you to dump their cardboard garbage into a bin.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an old timey ballot box with a little. It's wrapped in gift wrap, and it's got a slot, and you just drop them in. I imagine an interoffice envelope for each classroom, and they're just putting them in. But so each school has to be registered, and then there has to be a coordinator from each school that sends them into the program. Each box top is worth 10 cents. So every time they pull one, it's a dime for the school, and that coordinator manages the back and forth between the foundation and the school.
And where does that money go to? It goes to a scholarship or something?
I think it goes back to the school for the school to use for specific programs, whether it be after school programs or probably funding for gym equipment and things like that. So it's a cool thing that what I like about it is it's easy for kids to do, but also hopefully see the benefits of, their hard work. So saving these box tops, bringing them in, not losing them, not leaving them in their bag, making sure they come back, and then the school can get some money for programs that are underfunded.
That's great. And what a way for these big companies to. I think that we'll talk about this a lot, especially when we talk about big companies doing this. But what a way for big companies to find a way for people to buy exclusively their products.
Exactly.
If they get looped into this loyalty program almost, where they could get money for a good cause.
Totally, and that sort of leads to a little bit of the criticism that I've read online about Box Tops for Education. It's 2 things. It's first of all, it encourages. It's the kind of criticism that kind of annoys me a little bit. The one is it encourages kids to only purchase those brands.
Yeah.
Whether they want to, want to or not, or parents. It's I'm going to get this because it's got the box tops on it. And there's some criticism that it incentivizes kids to buy this processed GMO inorganic food.
Right. That right. Because the crunchy granola foods, which sometimes is crunchy granola, they don't, because they don't have these programs, then you're forced to buy this basically poison for your children. Because if you're comparing to, this healthy granola is good for you, but this Lucky Charms gives you 10 cents back to your school. So what it also encourages, and this is definitely a darkness, but it encourages just box murder. You're just murdering boxes, and maybe you're murdering boxes before their time. There's still stuff inside, and they're just ripping the tops off the box, and suddenly you can't even close the box up. Your cereal goes stale, and you're like, hey, just wait. Eventually we'll be done with this box. You don't have to rip it off now. It just box murder is rampant with the box tops thing.
You know, I never thought of that, but that is a very, very, very real problem.
Yeah.
You combine that with a cereal that has a prize in the bag, and the whole thing is destroyed.
It's just a wrecked box. It's just a pear-shaped, headless box
like a
that you're dealing
pack
with.
of Wolverines got at your pumpkin Cheerios. Forget it. Because you know what's happening next. You don't want to eat it.
Yeah. So now you're just creating more trash because you're not even eating the thing. You're just like using the parts around the box. It's like hunting a buffalo and like only taking the eyeballs and the hooves and like leaving the rest of the meat there.
You know,
rot.
Dad Paul would be like, you know, you're destroying. I'm paying $5 for this, so you can get 10 cents. I'd rather just give you the $5 to take to your damn school. I could see that coming out of my mouth. But it is a good program, and they've generated millions and millions of dollars for schools. So, you know, and it's easy for kids to do. It's easy to get involved with. I mean, it's better than them collecting Marlboro miles.
Yeah, you don't want them collecting Camel books. I mean, I'm sure that Camel probably wants to get in on that action, but it seems inappropriate. Yeah, is all. It's just inappropriate.
It's Camel Cash.
Oh, is it? Is it Camel Cash, not Camel Bucks?
Yeah. So Marlboro Miles was like box murder. You would cut the side of the box off, and it would say 5 miles, I think, or 1 mile or something. Camel Cash had like a little insert, like a Monopoly money size thing.
Yeah, that's smarter.
With Joe Camel, tuxedo, shades. Him and Spuds McKenzie just getting ripped.
just getting down, man. They're just always getting down. Just like party on the beach all the time. And like, Marlboro Man trying to get in on it. And they're like, you're not an animal with the sunglasses. Where are your sunglasses at? Cowboys all like, but I got this lash though. Get out of here, cowboy. You don't know what you're doing.
You're not even the real Marlboro Man. You're like number 4. Because the other 3 died.
Of cancer.
Off to our favorite giant. They've probably got a guilty conscience for all the stealing they've done over the last.
They've done so much stealing. They're such thieves, Kellogg's. You're a thief.
I found now they had a really great section on their website to at least give us the information directly from Kellogg's, and they partner with a group called How to Recycle.
Okay.
And there are a lot of places in the U.S. that still don't have easy recycling. I don't use How to Recycle, but I live in a part of the country where recycling is near impossible.
Right.
So this is this one is what's really cool. It's specifically geared towards helping consumers recycle paperboard boxes. So cereal boxes, but other types of boxes. A lot of packaging is made from recycled material. And I mean, I don't know a lot of people who recycle cardboard like on a residential level. Mm-hmm. But someone is, because a ton of packaging is made from post-consumer content. So what Kellogg's was really helping people do is to recycle paperboard packaging so that they can continue to make cereal boxes and packaging that is environmentally friendly, uses more post-consumer content, and reduces the use of virgin fiber.
That's awesome.
Spoken like a guy who knows his packaging business.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You know what, Kellogg's? That's all right.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool of you, Kellogg's.
What's the recycling situation for you? Do you guys have a bin?
No, we don't have a bin. Like our building's promised recycling for as long as I've lived here and has not materialized. So what I have been doing, there is a guy that rolls around on a bicycle with a giant, almost like a flatbed on the front of the bike.
Oh,
and
my God.
He has like a dumbbell weight that he puts on top of the boxes, and he just stacks cardboard on top of the thing. So if you put your cardboard down on the street nearby where he runs the bike, he'll pick up the cardboard for you, and then he turns it in for cash. And that's his job. That's how he makes money. So that's what I do with my cardboard.
That sounds like a Portlandia skit. Like 150%. So is his other job making the bicycle churn ice cream near your place?
No, yeah, it's not even like a hipster thing. It's just, it's just, there's like a different economy that's like right next to my building. I do the same thing with like glass bottles and with, all my food package recycling is I put it into paper bags. I separate it out. And like people will come by and take it to recycling center, and they'll earn the money from it. Yeah.
When I was a kid growing up in Massachusetts, they have deposit on cans. Mm-hmm. So I think, does California you prepay a deposit?
Yeah.
When you buy? Okay.
Yeah.
So we always recycled cans, but here in the small city that I live in, we don't have recycling at all. I just can't throw away cans and bottles into the trash. It's just, it's like 150% they melt this stuff and it makes the same thing. Right, So we have a separate garbage can. We have 2 garbage cans in our kitchen. One is for regular trash and one is for recyclables. Then I'll get about 3 or 4 bags of recycling. I put them in our truck and I drive them over to where like the industrial park is, and there is a mixed recycling center, and you like throw the bag. It is the biggest pain ever.
Oh, sure.
But I just can't bring myself to not, at least cans and bottles.
I mean, I thought that you were going to tell me that you drive to like Lake Allatoona and just dump it into the water.
I back into the boat dock and it beep, beep, beep. And just like open the bed and all the trash falls out.
Someone will take care of this for me.
Yeah, Rusty comes over, sweeps it in. So I'll do like a recycling run every couple weeks. And so the plus side is I've got always like 3 bags from far away would look like I have 3 bags of trash in my backyard.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. It looks like that you live in a garbage house.
Exactly. It's like, why are you taking this to the dump? You live in the dump.
If people start dropping off their trash into your yard.
Oh my God, that would be the worst.
Aren't you guys? I thought you guys were in the dump. I thought this is where dump stuff goes.
The garbage men are dropping off recycling. Hey, and they throw a bottle. Hey man, can you get this for me?
They're just dumping the garbage trucks into your yard. Just like, I thought this was the new dump. I thought this is where we take the things now. Is this now? Okay. Oh, my bad. I'm bad. I'm not going to be able to pick up all of the cat poop that's in here or all the dog poop that's in here, but I'm going to get most of it. I'm sorry.
Oh man. And then Kellogg's also has a long-standing partnership with Toys for Tots.
Oh yeah.
Which I guess that's something I do every year. Oh, and the Salvation Army bell ringers, wherever they're still allowed. And then Toys for Tots obviously is people donate unwrapped new toys, and they are distributed to kids who don't get a lot of stuff during the holidays. So that's always great.
It's a good program. Yeah.
I always buy the stuff that I think I would want if I was a kid today.
What do you usually get?
Star Wars stuff.
What'd you get last year?
Last year I got Star Wars stuff, the huge pack, like the 24 pack of Hot Wheels. I feel like those are pretty universal.
Yeah.
They fit in all the racetracks. You could basically give Hot Wheels to any kid, regardless of age or gender, and they will play with them a few times. Like they're useful. Yeah. And Legos are pretty good.
See, that's the one that I think that if, I go down, we'll go down into like a Target or something like that. We'll look at like the games aisle, like the board games aisle, see if anything new's popped up. And I'll pass down the Lego aisle. And every time I pass down the Lego, I was like, I kind of want one of these.
I know.
I want one of these. And I can never bring myself to actually buy the Legos. I think that might be the reason why to have a kid is just so I can buy Legos.
Yeah, without looking like a weirdo.
without looking like a
super
pervert.
nerd.
Yeah.
I think if you, without children, want to go, like you, Nick, want to go buy Legos without a kid, you need to wear like a t-shirt.
This says I'm not a pervert on it?
No. You need to wear a t-shirt that they wear in Big Bang Theory.
Right. So I need to wear a Green Lantern t-shirt.
Right. Or even one that says Bazinga. And it has to be a size too small.
A size too small, says Bazinga, and it's got a picture of Jim Parsons on it saying Legos are cool.
Yeah.
So that like they know that I'm doing it because I'm a super nerd that likes Legos, not because I'm a pervert.
We bought so they have Lego City, I think it's called. Mm-hmm. We bought one a couple years back. It is a Lego RV.
Oh wow.
That I put together with super glue.
Oh.
And it's in our travel trailer. It's really, really fun. I did feel really bad super gluing Legos together. Like my mom was going to pop into my own home and be like, what are you doing?
You're ruining those Legos. I love that you have inside of your camper. You've got like there's inside of this camper. There's a little mini camper inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's camper inception.
Where were we? What were we talking about?
We're talking about toys. For tots.
Toys for tots. So Kellogg's is involved with that?
Yeah, they're a big partner. They probably make like a big cash donation every year. I also want to say that for adults, Toys for Tots, I think, is probably one of the easiest things to get involved in.
Yeah.
If you have regardless of where you work, the size of your office, you can become a drop-off center. And they send you that cardboard box and you can get the people in your office to donate. We've done it in the past at some of the places I've worked. So that's something that's really easy to do for the holidays, for, just round up 10, 20 toys and you can drop them off. If you have a huge donation, they'll pick it up, but it's just something that anyone can do. It doesn't matter how big or small your group is. You can do it at churches. You can do it at your scouting, what's it called? Den? Is that a thing?
Scout den? Yeah, Boy Scouts have a den. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, your troop can do it. Yeah. So it's just a cool thing that you can do, and you don't. I mean, you don't even have to. I mean, you can spend $20.
Yeah.
And it means something. So that's cool. So I'm a big believer in Toys for Tots.
Yeah.
Quaker. Now this is cool, man. This is cool.
Okay. Quaker
Oats is involved in this movement called Makers.
Oh, Makers. Yeah.
You're aware of this?
Makers are basically in charge of all of my, that's the first place I go to if I'm going to get Christmas presents or any kind of presents, because they're almost always unique small products that you're not going to be able to find anywhere else.
So this is like people who do like small crafts. I'm trying to relate it like to something a little more mainstream, but the hard thing is it's not mainstream.
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of like Etsy-ish. I like Etsy-esque, I guess.
I mean, Etsy is basically like the online home for makers.
Okay.
So yeah, like makers are kind of like people that are just in your town or in your city that that they make all kinds of products that are unique, and a lot of them are made with materials that are already in your community. Like, they're not usually bringing in stuff from other countries or from even other states. Usually it's like stuff they can source locally.
So yeah, Quaker is involved in the Maker Fair.
Okay,
so
that's cool.
They're gonna have, and it's fair with an E at the end.
So it's kind of old timey that way. Yeah,
they're gonna have a presence in the 2017 Maker Fair, and that's a fair that celebrates makers, who they create these small things, they produce value within their community, and these types of little technologies lead to bigger innovation. Mm-hmm. So Quaker is a sponsor of that. They're also going to be involved in the Renegade Craft Fair.
Paul.
Which sounds so awesome.
I saw them at Renegade Craft Fair last year.
Really?
Yeah, at the holiday one. So
because I couldn't find anything. So I would love to hear what... Well, first of all... Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Quaker, and then let's talk about the Renegade Craft Fair, because I was at a holiday craft fair last Christmas. It was awesome. So what was Quaker's involvement at the Renegade Craft Fair?
So at Renegade, they had like a giant tent there. They had like a kids craft area so that kids could make their own like bracelets and pictures and all kinds of little crafty things. They had a small table for kids. They had... mason jars, that they were giving mason jars away so that you could make your own oatmeal essentially, but also cool. Mason jars is, as you know, is like a base for a lot of crafts. So they're giving away mason jars, and there was like music, and there was an area so that you could sit around and eat things, and it was probably the biggest name brand that was at the Renegade Craft Fair, because everything else is local stuff. But it was cool. I didn't even think about them being involved in like things on a wider scale. I just figured that they just were trying to capitalize on a really popular thing in Los Angeles. But
what was the reception to sort of Quaker's presence? Were there a lot of people at the booth, or were people kind of like?
No, there was a lot of people at the booth. there's especially the kids, like, when you're an adult human that has a small human with you, and you are only going to look at candles and blankets and T-shirts that have pithy sayings that children don't understand, you want the kids to have something. And it's not just like, artisanal popsicles. That's not the only thing that you should have. So, like, it's cool. It was like a cool area for the kids to go to and have a good time at, while maybe some of the adults were going around and looking for, there's not a lot of artisanal toys, unfortunately. There's not a lot of artisanal, like, toy stores at the
No, they don't have like the big hoop with the stick. Like ball in a cup.
I take it back. There actually was like ball in a cup.
Oh, God. That's awesome. Did you buy anything at the holiday fair?
At the holiday fair, not from the Quaker, but I did. Yeah, we got. I think we got maybe like half of our presents from the holiday fair.
Yeah, I love those. The Atlanta has one in the old train depot.
Oh, right on. That's
downtown.
Cool. Yeah,
it was awesome. I can't imagine trying to be another candle vendor in this world. It's just so competitive.
There's so many people making candles. So many people that are like, you know what? I've got this candle thing down. I've got an angle on candles that no one's thought of, and it's like, oh wait, everybody's thought of this angle.
It's hard, but when it's time to get stuff for my wife, she loves the maker stuff. The jewelry is really cool. The clothes. You know what? One thing that's awesome is because like camping and outdoors is like so in right now. Mm-hmm. It's great for us because we actually do all that stuff. So now we can get clothing that tells the world about the lifestyle that we choose to live.
Yeah, Paul, you're a weirdo, and that's it's weird that you like that. That's something that you like to do, especially at your age. Usually, people don't really get into that kind of camping thing until they are old and feeble. So it's good that you're into that now. You're preparing for that lifestyle now at such a vital age. That's
right. By the time I'm ready to retire, I'll know exactly what I need to do and what parks to go to and what to avoid. Yeah, it's great.
There'll be all these other like 55, 65-year-olds that are not the 55-year-olds are old and feeble, but like there'll be all these newly retired people that are just trying to figure it out, just trying to like don't even know how to rub two sticks together in order to make a fire, and you're already there with like your with your tried and true flint plan to make a fire, and they're just like, whoa. You're like, yeah, well, I've been basically living like I'm retired for the last 30 years, so.
Hey, Nick, I think we got to break and do a little business here.
We have some business to do?
We have some business to talk about.
Wait, what kind of business do we have to talk about?
We got our Patreon set up, finally.
Oh, yeah, Patreon. Please give us your money.
Yeah, this thing costs money. It doesn't cost a lot, but it does cost money.
I mean, it costs money in that money is, our time is money. Also, cereal costs money.
Yes.
We do this for the love of the game. But the game, it costs us money.
Yeah, so for $1 donation, just one simple $1, we will give you a shout out and a quick message on the show.
Yeah.
For a donation of $5, we will send you a color sticker on high-grade quality vinyl.
You can't play it, millennials. You can't play it on a record player.
How did I just walked right into that one.
You
Amazing.
Did walk right into that, yeah.
We will send you a sticker, and you'll also get the shout out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is like a PBS thing. So the more you move up, you get all the lower stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Nick, what do we have after the sticker?
So for $1,000, you get the sticker, you get the shout out, and you also get to eat cereal with either Paul or Nick.
That is awesome.
Yeah. For $10,000.
Oh, now we're talking some real scratch here.
Now we're talking about what we're actually worth here. So like for $10,000, you get to eat cereal with Paul and Nick at a location of your choosing.
Wherever Southwest Airlines flies. Costs money. I want to get my rapid rewards rapidly.
And for $1 million, if you pledge $1 million today, just a small $1 million donation, you get to eat cereal with Paul and Nick at the Kellogg's Cafe while watching the Back to the Future trilogy.
Oh my gosh! I wish I had $1 million.
I wish I had $1 million right now. I would love to have $1 million right now.
That sounds like a worthy investment. You can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/Super Cereal Podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get back to the show.
Okay.
Nature's Path, North America's preeminent organic, non-GMO, fair trade, locally sourced cereal company. Nature's Path are the folks that do the Environ Kids cereal.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, right.
So they've got 2 programs. Within their 2 product lines, they each have one. Love Granola, which is their granola line, has a program called Bite for Bite. They donate cash and organic food to food banks up to $1 million per year. So for every amount you buy of their product, they donate the same in food and cash up to $1 million every year.
That's cool. That's awesome.
There's something cool about, not just donating food, but donating healthy food to food banks. Yeah,
because I would imagine food banks, they get probably a lot of shelf stable foods, which means that they end up getting a lot of canned goods and stuff like that, but maybe not necessarily the best of those foods, just the cheapest and...
Absolutely. A lot of places require shelf-stable items. Mm-hmm. So this is nice that at least they're giving organic, less garbagey, shelf-stable items, I guess. The other thing they do is Enviro Kids cereal line. That's the one with all of the animals.
With all the animals doing weird things, yeah.
Yeah, like the leaping lemurs and the gorilla munch. They 1% of the sales are donated to support endangered species, habitat conservation, and environmental education for kids around the world.
It's a good cause. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah, to date they've raised over $1.6 million for this program. So again, they are contributing to sustainability, education, conservation. I'm for any type of, fundraising and philanthropy and things like that, but I really like when part of it is education. So it's like you can donate to save the environment, or you can donate to save the environment, but also teach people how to not destroy the environment. And I think that's huge because, at one point it's more like you're just fixing the problem after it happens, but that proactive approach of, when they teach people how to properly farm, or they teach people how to, use clean water. I like that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
What else we got here, Nick? We got a couple more I think we can cover off on quickly.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that we talked about this when we talked about the Puffins before, but Barbara's allows you to adopt a Puffin.
Ooh.
Yeah. So for 20 Puffins UPCs, and you fill out an adoption form, you'll receive a digital adoption certificate plus a biography and picture of your Puffin in the email. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, Puffins directly helps trying to make sure that the Puffin population is preserved, because if they all died out, what would the Puffin cereal be about? It would be about a bird that doesn't exist anymore. And who wants to eat a cereal about a bird that doesn't exist?
Not this guy.
Not this guy. They donate directly to them, and they also donate to other endangered animals too. With your purchases. If you don't like Puffins, or if you're caught in the battle of Puffin versus Penguin, and you're siding more toward Penguin, and you don't really care where Puffins go, it's also other endangered animals, not just Puffins. So take your Puffin bias and try to swallow it a little bit, and just and maybe you just know that Barbara's is helping Puffins, but also other animals.
Yeah, put your fear of birds to the side.
Just slide it over to the side. I know it's got a weird beak. We all know that it's got a weird looking beak, and it looks like that it's it looks like an uncanny valley version of a penguin. I get that. Mm-hmm. But just slide it over to the side and just be these animals don't deserve to be eradicated from the planet. Then there's also we talked about this on the sports cereal one, but usually PLB cereals, they have a lot of different sports personalities that have their own cereals. People like Tyler Eifert and Jordy Nelson, CJ Anderson, Doug Flutie, Anthony Rizzo. These a lot of sports celebrities that have their own cereals, and each of their cereals usually has an associated charity that goes with it. That if you buy the cereal, that money goes to that charity. Mm-hmm. You Jordy's Farm Fresh Flakes, which allow you to do a maze on the back so that you can find Jordy's cow. But also on top of that, you donate to his charity, his foundation. So it's good. It's good for everybody.
It is good for everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think it's time to cut and roll, man.
Thank you guys for listening to the Super Serial Podcast. You can listen to us on Dog Barks. You can listen to us on the exclusively on Dog Barks. It's a new service where your podcasts are translated directly into Dog Barks.
That's right.
And it's only for dogs, and so that you can leave your podcast on for your dogs during the day, and it's translated to Dog Barks. It's a pretty good service.
Well, you jest, but there is dog exclusive content in the iTunes store right now, and we're just trying to get on that.
Yeah, we're just trying to get on that. We want to get on that gravy train. We're trying to multiple revenue streams is where you want to be, and so we want to be on that revenue stream where we're making dog exclusive content. So we're translating our podcast into Barks. I'm not sure exactly of the veracity of the translation. I'm not sure if they get the nuance of all of our podcast into the translation of dog. But
well, we're not going to dumb it down for some canine audience.
No, we can't. It might, so maybe in dog, our podcast ends up sounding a little bit like Yoda, and they kind of like snicker at us. They're just like, those dumb humans don't know how to speak dog. So, but on top of the Dog Parks app, you can also listen to us on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Google Play Music, and on Overcast FM, and probably wherever else you're getting your podcast. Because you're listening to this now, you might be listening to us on SoundCloud.com. That's okay, no judgment. So yeah, wherever you find podcasts, you can probably find us and listen to us there.
You can also follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram. And you can check in on our Patreon and see how we're doing.
You can also email us at superserialpodcast@gmail.com with any of your questions or anything like that.
Yeah, it's checked on the regular. We get back to people pretty quick. You can also send us a direct message through any of our social channels. Yeah. I kind of like that better because it's the phone's always on me.
Yeah.
You know, today's society, these kids with the phone. Always with the phone. These millennials.
We've made a lot of millennial jokes. We're also technically millennials.
Yeah, we're on the older end of it.
It's not like we're CBS and we're just making fun of like millennials because we're all about to die, which is what CBS is basically. That's basically what their content is. Their content plan is just about old people that are afraid of millennials because it reminds them of the grave. So
we're not like Joel McHale from that new show.
Yeah, we're not the great indoors. We're making fun of millennials because we care, because we love.
All right. Well, this is Paul,
and this is Nick,
and this has been Serial.
Serial.